where are we with Francis now? Are we saying that he fumbled the bag still, or are we saying he did well for himself? After hearing of the news, we'd be inclined to say that he's done well for himself. And he has. I mean, at least the terms that we've heard of. Obviously, there aren't no official things that we've seen from either or. I know there's some discrepancies where some news broke that it was released that they would get paid up to $1 million to fight him, but then Francis himself mentions that on a call with Ariel Helwani on the show, he mentioned that they would make minimum $2 million to face him. So there's, little discrepancies here and there. Maybe it's a little bit of an embellishing, maybe we don't know. But one thing we do got to say is that this is good. I mean, at least from the outside in, it seems good for Francis, but I'm trying to think, is this good for the PFL? Just a question. It's not really me questioning it in a negative way. It's just me questioning it. Why weren't they paying their fighters that before if they were able to? If obviously the money's there. I know Francis is in right now, but let's be honest, Francis isn't bringing in an extra $50 to $100 million a year. I just don't see that. If it were Conor, I mean, we could discuss then. But for Francis, no knock on Francis, but he's not the biggest pull in the UFC. He is going to be the biggest pull in the PFL. At least I would hope so. But does that really create that much extra money? I think the PFL is going to have to change some of their strategies up, because how do you continue this long term? So what's going to happen is, are people just going to be lined up waiting for Francis to fight for $2 million and just bang him out every week? I'll go get knocked out for, just for $2 million. Easy. Is that what's going to happen? Like, are people just going to come and be like, you know what, fuck it, I've been making $100,000 a year or whatever the amount is. If I go to heavyweight and fight Francis, win or lose, I'll make $2 million. If I win, amazing. If I lose, $2 million in my bank account, who cares? And I think that's where it gets a little bit interesting. Like I said, this is not a bad deal for Francis, but is this the best deal for PFL? I'm inclined to say that it might not be the best deal for them, because they're going to have to change the structure of the way this works. They're going to have to add something else. It's not going to be able to be just a tournament style. It's not going to be able, they're going to have to do something a little bit different. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to make suggestions. I haven't thought about that far, but they will have to do something else, because according to Francis, they're paying him in the 7 figures, so making a decent amount there. He's going to have his own sponsors. He's going to have a little bit of equity, just a minority owner. But where does that, I'm just trying to think, where does that really benefit them? Is this maybe a ploy to get more fighters of Francis caliber to come here to pull a lot of the fans from UFC, let's say? The people just that strictly watch UFC, they're fans of UFC just because it's entertainment, not because they're a big fight fan. So are you planning to bring those people in now? Are you planning to steal them away? Are you planning to just kind of bring people over for a couple fight contracts and say, you can do whatever you want outside of this too? You can box, you can do whatever you want as long as you don't get injured. Or even if you do, whatever, we have people coming in all the time. But that's something we should question. And without doubt, it's obviously a difficult spot for the PFL, because they obviously want him. But there's no one else that was offering. UFC was like, probably going to offer lowball him, doesn't give him what he wants. Bellator, the same thing. So I'm a little bit surprised, but I'm happy for it. This is great for Francis. He proved a lot of people wrong, saying that, no, you're going to get the bag, good luck. Well, if this contract goes and that's what it is, he will get the bag as long as he continues to fight. And he also might be able to make a boxing fight, which I don't know how likely that is, and we'll talk about that another time. But Tyson Fury played him, joked around with him for a little publicity, but I don't think he's gonna box him ever. Tyson Fury's not that kind of guy. I don't think he is. Deontay Wilder, he might. Anthony Joshua, not a chance. But I feel like a Wilder and Ngannou boxing match would be great. Like I said, we'll talk about that next time. Let me know what you think about this. Interesting. Is it good? Bad? Anything you want. See you later.